Hello, everyone. I'm Mr.Dishwasher, and I'm here to share some exciting news with fellow fans of One Piece. Finally, in episode 1071 of the anime, the much-anticipated Gear 5th of Luffy, the protagonist, makes its official debut. Let's dive into the latest 2 episodes of the anime to see the thrilling performance of this new power level. The story picks up at the climax of the battle atop Onigashima, where Luffy and Kaido are engaged in a fierce showdown. Both combatants are pushing themselves to their limits, determined to decide the outcome with a decisive blow. It's the Overkong gun versus the Horai hack. Suddenly, a voice calls out, "Iron Body."
CP0.
It's the CP0 agent, who surprisingly launches a sneak attack on Luffy, catching him off guard and leaving him vulnerable to a powerful strike from Kaido. Kaido is visibly enraged upon realizing CP0's interference in his battle. Sadly, Luffy can't withstand Kaido's Horai hack, causing him to lose consciousness and drop down to the 4th gear. Strangely, despite being unconscious, Luffy's heart beats like a drum, as if marking a rhythmic cadence. At this moment, the battle at the summit of Onigashima concludes, with Kaido emerging as the victor among the combatants. Meanwhile, the CP0 agent adjusts his hat silently, knowing the cost of provoking Kaido and accepting the consequences. Kaido, using a powerful lightning-charged blow, reduces the CP0 agent to ashes. Subsequently, Kaido returns to the Grand Hall of Onigashima, proclaiming his triumph. Now, everyone else is exhausted, unable to stand against Kaido's might. However, they remain resolute, refusing to surrender in the face of adversity. Witnessing Nami's defiance, Kaido exhales a destructive blast, but this attack is intercepted by a blue flame, stopping the annihilation in its tracks. Once again, Marco steps forward to hold back the tide of destruction. In this critical moment, a sound akin to a heartbeat reaches the ears of Zunesha, which echoes in the ears of Momonosuke as well. It's the sound of liberation, the unmistakable rhythm of a presence not seen for 800 years. At this moment, Momonosuke had yet to fully comprehend Zunesha's words. Suddenly, a burst of laughter filled with freedom, joy, and a mischievous spirit erupted. The creator of this laughter was none other than Luffy. It turns out Luffy is Joy Boy. He has awakened the fearsome power of the Gum Gum Fruit, the most incredible ability. Simultaneously, the 5 elders are discussing the Gum Gum Fruit. For 800 years, each world government has attempted to reclaim the Gum Gum Fruit. However, it seems the Gum Gum Fruit has a will of its own. Every time, it manages to elude the government's reclamation plans. Indeed, the true name of the Gum Gum Fruit is the human fruit, mythical Zoan, model, Nika. That's right, the user of the Gum Gum Fruit is the sun god Nika, the one who brings freedom. Awakened users possess the most incredible and bewildering abilities in the world. Returning to Luffy, he feels a surge of strength, and even his heartbeat becomes amusing. Luffy has designated this form as the highest tier, the Gear 5th. Meanwhile, Kaido is boasting in the hall. Just then, a dramatic change occurs. A terrifying Haushiku haki emanates from the top. The members of the Beast's pirates all start foaming at the mouth. Just as Kaido is taken aback, a gigantic hand descends from the sky. Finally, Luffy regains his combat prowess. He hauls Kaido back to the peak of Onigashima and mercilessly pummels the Yonko. Luffy's arm strength is extraordinarily astonishing, swinging Kaido around, leaving him dizzy and disoriented. At this moment, Kaido regains his senses and laughs, saying, "You're still alive, thanks." Before he finishes speaking, Kaido breathes out his destructive blast breath. And so Luffy, in his newfound Nika form, has returned. The battle reaches its climax. At this point, Kaido expresses regret for CP0's interference earlier. He does not want to win the battle this way. Luffy, however, pays no mind. Currently, Kaido is particularly surprised by Luffy's transformation. Transformation is the specialty of Zoan-type devil fruits. Paramecia-type devil fruits awakening does not enable transformations. Now, Kaido has only just realized that Luffy is a Zoan-type ability user, with a mythical Zoan-type devil fruit, the human fruit, model, Nika. There have been a total of 4 mythical Zoan-type devil fruits introduced, aside from Chopper's regular Zoan-type. There's the Sengoku's model, Buddha, Gyukumaru's model, Anyudo, and Luffy's model, Nika. All of these are mythical Zoan-types. Poor Chopper, he missed out on this mythical type qualification due to his early introduction. Next, the battle continues to intensify. Kaido opens his monstrous mouth and swallows Luffy in a single gulp. Unexpectedly, Luffy wreaks havoc inside Kaido's belly. Surprisingly, Luffy manages to inflate Kaido's belly like a balloon. Kaido's body also inherits rubber's properties from Luffy. In the previous episode, Luffy rebounded Kaido's blast breath. In reality, Luffy turned the entire floor into rubber, making everything he touched rubberized. This is the awakening ability of the rubber fruit. Now, Luffy is inside Kaido's belly, planning even more formidable moves. Afterward, using inhalation and exhalation, Luffy flies into the thundercloud layer. Thunder roars from within the clouds, startling Yamato below. Suddenly, a giant figure breaks through the clouds, as if a god descending to Earth. At this moment, Luffy transforms into a giant form. However, Kaido quickly reacts, biting down on Luffy. Just then, Luffy seizes Kaido and starts a workout. Finally, Kaido manages to forcefully release Blast Breath, forcing Luffy back. But Luffy quickly recovers from his scorched state. He creates a path of mist in the sky, and in an instant, he charges back towards Kaido. A resounding rubber is heard as Luffy prepares to unleash his ultimate move. However, just at that moment, Kaido takes the initiative. At this moment, Luffy's imposing head appears in the hall. Everyone is taken aback by his presence. Subsequently, Luffy retrieves his giant form, returning to the battlefield summit. Kaido, observing, comments on Luffy's abilities, saying them like coming from the story. However, even though Luffy has pushed himself to the limit, he's entirely unable to land a blow on Kaido. Just as Kaido predicted, the drawbacks of exceeding the 5th gear's time limit are becoming apparent, and Luffy's appearance and vitality are rapidly deteriorating. In this moment, rather than seizing the opportunity to attack, Kaido sits down, displaying a demeanor reminiscent of an exceptional teacher. However, in reality, Kaido is also worn out, and movement becomes a struggle. Kaido declares that this battle between him and Luffy will be remembered in history. In response, Luffy states that he isn't concerned about such fame because if he were to die, he'd be nothing more than a pile of bones. Therefore, Luffy asserts that he can't let things end like this. As he speaks, he forces himself to stand again and transforms into the Nika form once more. In a mere exchange, Kaido's blow leaves Luffy's head misshapen, causing him to cry out in pain as he runs around frantically. Seeing this, Kaido doesn't hold back and continues his assault. Surprisingly, Luffy effortlessly blocks Kaido's heavy blow, causing the ground around him to become elastic. Utilizing the bounce of the ground, Luffy springs up, finally escaping from Kaido's attack range. At this moment, Kaido is astonished by Luffy's performance. Luffy not only infuses Busashoku and Haoshiku Haki, but he can also alter the properties of other objects at will. Kaido admits he's never seen such a versatile fighting style, but he remains incredibly self-assured. He shouts, declaring that there's absolutely no one in the world who can defeat him. Just then, Luffy begins a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and launches an attack. In this manner, Luffy's fist topples Kaido. He finds his newfound abilities highly intriguing. Kaido, with his face covered, asks, "Who are you?" To which Luffy replies, "I am who I am." His heartbeat grows stronger and stronger. Zunesha also exclaims that this is the Joy Boy they've been expecting.
Monkey D. Luffy, お前を超えて海賊王になる男だ!
That concludes the summary of the latest 2 episodes of One Piece. These episodes correspond to chapters 1044 to 1045 of the manga and effectively capture the original storyline. They showcase various comical abilities resulting from Luffy's awakened devil fruit power, reminiscent of a Tom and Jerry vibe. The ultimate showdown between Luffy and Kaido is expected to continue for several more episodes. We eagerly anticipate the forthcoming development in the animation. When the specific content is released in the anime, I'll be sure to present it to you all. For those who love the One Piece series, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, it truly means a lot to me. Thank you all, goodbye.